If you've spent any time on TikTok lately, or you've gotten a new car and suddenly your phone somehow knows, you've probably come across videos like "Come decorate my car with me." "Let's give my passenger seat the passenger princess treatment." The word aesthetic or vibe are somewhere in the title, and I just sat there thinking, like, why are we wasting money on this junk? It's just gonna end up in a landfill. I really don't understand what makes people think, yeah, I'm gonna spend my hard-earned money on all of this stuff that I probably won't use long term. Because historically, car culture, especially with men, have been about modifying the car itself, like new rims, under something lighting. I don't know the terms of this stuff, so don't come for me. I only know what I know from GTA. All of the modifications are things that you do to the car itself. It's long term. I haven't really seen any men decorating the interior unless it's like picking out custom interior leather or something along those lines. They usually do something to the structure of the car itself. However, on TikTok, we don't really see too much of that. At least I don't. But what I'm talking about here is people spending loads of money on Amazon, getting a bunch of junk just to decorate or customize their aesthetic of the car, not even the car itself, just these little bits and bobs that make the car feel more like them. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but there is a line in my head, and you might not have that line, and that's okay. We might heavily disagree, but a lot of these car accessories that are trending right now aren't just unnecessary. Some of them are kind of unsafe, and that's where I'm like, okay, why are you doing this? You're gonna get in an accident. We need to have some critical thinking here. So today I want to talk about the rise of car aesthetic culture, why it's exploded online, the overconsumption behind all these accessories, and the bigger question that nobody seems to be asking: when does decorating your car stop being about personalization and start becoming recklessness for the sake of aesthetics? One of the biggest reasons this trend exists is because of social media. Monkey see, monkey do. They see someone do something cute with their car and they're like, oh my gosh, I need to have this right now. So they waddle their thumbs over to the Amazon app, look for car accessories, and a lot of the accessories you'll see are what we're going to see in these videos today. And now you'll see thousands of videos online where people say, "Car tour with me," and they show you all of the stuff that they have in their car.
5 years later, but here's my car tour.
Basically the same way influencers give apartment tours, it's just a smaller setting. They'll show their dashboard setup, their steering wheel cover, their cup holder accessories, their seat covers, their LED makeup mirror lighting, their center console organization with their emergency beauty bags, their trunk storage, their snack bins, their emergency kits, their garbage cans, and everything is color coordinated. Usually pink is the center theme, and I love pink. I'm a pink girly too, so I get it. But everything matches a theme. Everything's neat and satisfying. And in some cases, some of it is so overstimulating that I get uncomfortable. Like, I'd feel claustrophobic in those cars. And honestly, I do get why people feel the need to customize their cars. People spend a lot of time, especially if you're commuting. If you commute to work, you might spend an hour or two a day on the road. Some people eat lunch in their car. Some people sit for an extra few minutes before going into work, just so then they can mentally prepare for the day they're about to have. And other people, unfortunately, live in their cars. And that's the caveat with this stuff, okay? I feel like if you live in your car, you have no other choice. Some of these things, or even other things, are necessary for you to survive, like privacy covers in your car, blankets, pillows, like you need somewhere to sleep. So there is a caveat here, but that's not what we're talking about in today's video specifically. That situation is its own thing with its own set of rules, and that's not what we're going to be addressing in this video. Going back to the surprising amount of time people spend in their cars though, naturally people want an environment that's going to feel comfortable for them. And that part actually makes sense, but social media has this thing where it likes to take something reasonable and push it out of its bounds, pushing it to a place where people feel like they need to have like 20 different accessories in order just to drive their car.
I just got out of a Pilates class, so I wanted to show you guys why everyone needs a little car pack. I do not have time to go home and get ready for the day, so I keep this little car pack in my car in case this ever happens. I am going straight to a meeting after this, so I need to put myself together really fast. First of all, I have a little mini bamboo brush in here. I love bamboo brushes. Then I of course have some perfume. You can never overdo it on the perfume in my opinion, so this is a must. I also have a little hand sanitizer in here because I was just in a workout class, and other people also use the reformer I was on, so you gotta be clean. Also in here I have an eyelash curler, a hand lotion, eyelash spoolies with a hair in it, eyebrow spoolie, tweezers. This organizer is my favorite one out there because it has 2 sections. So over here I have some deodorant to reapply. Guys, please reapply your deodorant after your workout classes. I also keep sunscreen to reapply, this body lotion lotion because I have extremely dry skin, and if I sweat at all, my skin is gonna feel horrible. A bum bum cream, and then I also keep these mouth rinses in here in case I ate something before Pilates and I'm feeling a little stanky. Call me crazy, but I also have some more products elsewhere in my car. In the center console, I keep a hand cream, my favorite one, and then I also have a nail file in here in case you broke your nail while you're in class. You never know. My very last touch is applying my lip oil. I put on a lip stain every day so my lips stay this color all day, but I just need to reapply my lip oil to make them all shiny. And that is how I put myself together really quick before I have to go to a meeting. All of my stuff is in my Amazon storefront. Bye guys.
And once something becomes aesthetic driven, it always leads to more consumption. And the more aesthetic something becomes, the more products get introduced into the equation, the more products people need to have. And that's exactly what we're seeing with cars right now. Now, this was the first video I watched that inspired me to make this video today. The caption of this video says, POV, giving my wife passenger princess treatment to the airport for the biggest business trip of her career. Her caption, I love how he supports and hypes me up. If you don't know anything about Juliana Claire, okay, that's the creator of today's video. She is a mega Amazon influencer, okay? She's also got her own company, and about a week ago, she announced that she's going on this TV show through Amazon. So I don't doubt that she had some sort of business trip to go on. We're gonna watch this video. Let me know if you think this is a little bit excessive. This would be a very sweet gesture if I actually believed it was real. Maybe she did have a business trip to go on, but I don't think they actually went anywhere in this instance. I think this was just set up to sell products to you guys. And I think like things like this are a lot sweeter when they're off camera, when you know it's not for the views, when you know it's authentic and not just, hey honey, I had this idea. Can you go out to my car? Can you film yourself putting all this crap in the car and pretend like you're doing this for me as a surprise, okay? Now, it could have been a surprise. It could have been authentic. However, I highly doubt it in this case. It's just a lot of junk that I'm seeing. And knowing that she's an Amazon influencer, that just solidifies that thinking for me. Like, this is just stuff that she's trying to sell you guys through her husband. Now, there's a difference in car culture. In this instance, this is very I feel like this is more female dominated. Yes, her husband put it in there, but you know who was driving that whole video was Juliana herself. Historically, the way men and women customize their cars are very different. Now, obviously, this is a generalization and there are exceptions, but culturally speaking, there has been a pretty clear divide from what I can see. So traditionally, male-dominated car culture focuses on things like engine upgrades, exhaust systems, suspension modification, custom wheels, body kits, and performance tuning. The focus is usually the vehicle itself, the mechanics, the power, how the car is going to run. Meanwhile, the car aesthetic trend that's happening online right now focuses almost entirely on the interior environment and not even about the car itself, but just accessories to put in the car. And it's less about modifying the actual car and more about turning the inside of the car into a curated space, almost like a tiny bedroom on wheels. And again, personalization is totally normal. People have always personalized their cars. This is not a new concept. However, because of TikTok and because of the Amazon influencers, this has gone extremely overboard. Now it's becoming something much more elaborate, which brings us to the difference between the function of the vehicle versus the aesthetics of the vehicle. Now, one of the things I want to show you guys is a video that I saw where honestly, I didn't really think it was an issue until I looked in the comments and people were like, you need to not do that. That's a safety hazard. And I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. So one of the biggest things about a car is the safety of it. These cars are made very intentionally to make sure they function right, to make sure that all the safety features are in place. We need to make sure that we're not tampering with anything that would affect that. Now, I want you guys to watch this TikTok and I want you guys to think about what would be a safety hazard in this video today.
Let's decorate my new car with me. This is how it was before. Let's decorate this baddie.
First of all, I'm gonna put this puffy thing to my wheel and it's so comfy. I like it, especially during winter. And to help me, I've got my brother. Hi. Yeah, he looks ugly. He don't want to be in the camera.
Honestly, it's hard to put in, but hey, beauty is pain. It looks awesome, especially the far. I mean, I may never take this off.
Next, we're putting this one to the start and stop engine thingy.
And then this one for the rear view mirror, I'm fully obsessed with white. Then I've got this matching seatbelt cover. The only thing is my wheel cover is white and this is beige. For some reason, I didn't notice it by buying it, but hopefully it's like, okay. Oh my god, I love this one. It's super feminine and super cute, and I love it. Here's my brother's side. I think it looks so cute. And then I've got these one for the back.
It seemed more annoying to me than anything.
This is so adorable. My mom will be so happy with the headrest pillow, and it even matches my steering wheel cover.
Me being a huge makeup person, I cannot survive without a LED, so we got one. That is so pretty. Oh my god. I love it.
Blanket in the back just in case, but mostly for the aesthetic. Trust me, it's not what you're thinking. LED cup holders, of course, we love the extra stuff.
I've got an emergency kit because I'm very clumsy and something always happens to me. So I'm gonna put this one in the car. And then also I've got sticker. I've got a lot of minis, which I'm gonna decorate now. I've got a lazy cat and a drink, and then I've got a lot of bunnies. Obviously, I love bunnies.
Here's my tiny little bunnies. They're adorable. And then I've got my cat with his drink. I've got my 2 cute little puppies.
And then I've got this pretty car key. That looks so pretty. I mean, I love the white. I love the bow. I don't know, it's flashing a lot of lights right now. And then this is sparkly, so it's perfect. Oh, I guess now you guys can see a little bit.
Added a tiny little trash can. Here's my little brother helping me with the car mats, and it's really cold outside, so he is the real one, brother of the year. Obviously, we gotta do the ambient lighting setup, and here's my little brother doing it for me, cause duh, why would I hurt my nails?
We are done with the decoration and I'm super satisfied. It's exactly the way I wanted it. And we started around like 4 o'clock and now it's 8:40, so it took us 4 hours, yes, but no complaint. It's just perfect. And I always wanted a brand new car, and here it is. And I used to drive a 2013 Hyundai Elantra, which was 5K, but then I got this one. Now it's really expensive, at least for me. And I'm really grateful that I have this car with my own hard-earned money, and I'm super satisfied, super grateful to God. And here I am introducing my 2026 Honda Civic Sports to you guys, and see the decor and everything. Let me know how you guys like it.
I'll let you know how I like it. I don't like it at all. It seems she's more obsessed with the aesthetics of the car than the actual function of the car in this video. What did you guys think? Leave a comment below. I'll give you like 5 seconds to comment what you think was a safety hazard in this video. So the safety hazard was indeed the steering wheel cover, and that's what a lot of people had issues with because it's slippery. You're getting rid of the grip of the steering wheel. So if you're in an accident, how are you going to take control of the wheel when your hand is slipping around on that? Some of the comments was like, that steering wheel cover is so dangerous, so much stuff that you don't need. And then she's like, God forbid a girl just wants to decorate her car and make it look cute. I believe the steering wheel covers are illegal. So in some places it is illegal, and someone else said, yes, it is. If you have an accident, you are not insured. And besides that, it is also dangerous to steer because you have no grip. But not everyone knows or thinks about that. Another thing that people had issues with was the bedazzled ring that goes around the start-stop button. So someone said, be careful with this ring around it. It can mess with the battery in the thing and cause it to not want to start. It happened to my sister after she removed it. Everything was working well. And she did actually address the criticism with the steering wheel cover about 2 days ago. So she said, I understand all of your concerns about the steering wheel cover, and honestly, they are valid. I want you to know that it does not affect my driving in any way. I find it cozy and comfortable, and driving has been safe with it. However, I also understand the concern, so I don't use it regularly. I only use it occasionally when I go out for friends for aesthetic purposes. Most of the time, I drive my car without it. Thank you for all the care and support. Girl, don't be prioritizing aesthetics over safety. This is the problem with people, okay? They care more about how things look rather than how they function, rather than the safety of the object. I find the whole thing around aesthetics is insanely stupid. I get people want things to look nice, but if it hinders your ability to drive well and to be safe on the road, get rid of it. Who cares? And another thing she mentioned is that her car costs her a lot of money just for her, but yet she just blew so much money on all of this stuff she does not need to have. And at that point, it's just irresponsible spending. Now, another thing I want to touch on quick is probably one of the strangest things I've seen for people who just drive their car and don't actually live in their car, okay? Again, there's caveats, so that's not what we're talking about here, but it's specifically the people who do this when they don't really need to. And it's decorating their back seats like couches. So there's blankets, throw pillows, sometimes stuffed animals, and visually it looks cozy. But why are we doing this? The backseat of a car is designed for passenger safety, so seatbelts need to sit properly across the body. Passengers need room to move. The driver needs clear visibility through the rear window. So if you're putting things back there, don't, okay? You don't need to do that. And if you start filling the back seat with pillows and blankets, not only is it just awkward for any person you have coming in your car, trying to put their seatbelt on properly, trying to actually fit in the seat itself because they're squished between all these pillows, you can actually interfere with seatbelt positioning and visibility. And again, none of this is the end of the world if someone occasionally throws a blanket back there, but when the entire backseat is staged like a couch for aesthetic videos, it starts to feel like the purpose of the car is being replaced with visual presentation. Now, we touched on this briefly in the beginning, but another part of this trend is the Amazon accessory pipeline. Because once you start watching car aesthetic videos, suddenly your algorithm starts showing you videos 10 different car accessories that you didn't know you needed in 2026. And suddenly you're just watching people pull product after product out of an Amazon box, telling you that these things are absolute must-haves. You need to have these in your car, but instead of them actually being must-haves, they're just like would be nice to haves. And half the time I'm watching these videos and I'm like, do we really need this? Is this actually a must-have? Or are we just being sold a bunch of tiny problems that didn't exist before?
Let's girl out loud my new car together. My car went from basic to that girl, and the first thing I started off with is these seat covers that I got from Amazon. I feel like this is the perfect thing to upgrade the look of my car. The next thing I did was buy a whole bunch of stuff from Amazon and Temu to decorate my car. I got this wood cover that matched my seats perfectly, thank God. I got some cute door lock covers and these purse hooks, and I just feel like everything I added in this car was just so me. I added trash cans to every single door. If you get in my car, I better not see no trash hit the floor. I got this organizer from TikTok shop just to store some things that I won't need very often. And yes, I bought some pink gloves specifically for me to pump gas. I'm just a girl. I bought this little extension to put on my rear view mirror, these pink flower air fresheners just to dress up my car, and then just little tiny essentials to clean my car screen, lint roller, lotion, glass breaker and window cutter, floss for when I eat in my car, and this cute little emergency kit that just has a whole bunch of essentials, a registration and insurance cover, more ponchos. From TJ Maxx, I bought this water bottle specifically for my car. I don't want to bring my gallon of water to my car each time I drive. This is the final product and I literally love it. Y'all guess what my favorite color is in the comments, and also let me know how y'all like it.
How is she going to fill her water bottle if she doesn't want to carry it to and from her house? That's what I want to know. Another thing I want to mention in regards to the safety aspect is the fact that when you're girl-la-laing your car, it makes you a target for predators almost. And I don't want to scare anyone, but this is one of the many comments in these videos. When you're putting out these identifiers like, hey, I'm a girl, it makes you more of a target, unfortunately. And that's just the world we live in. It sucks. It's scary, but we need to be making sure that we're being safe. And bringing this kind of environment to your vehicle just is like a target on your back, unfortunately. So that's just something I did want to mention. And you might not agree with me, but I just think for me personally, I don't think I'd feel comfortable girl-la-laing my car because I know what kind of world we live in. And I also know that that would just make me a target. And I don't want that to happen to any other young girls out there. So please just be careful. Please think critically when following trends like this. Think about the bigger picture. Like, will this impact my safety? Because unfortunately, that's a very important question that we need to ask ourselves because the world sucks, okay? I'm just gonna throw that out there.
I want an Emily Kaiser car / an aesthetically pleasing car. I feel like having a cute, clean, and put together car is like the embodiment of being a clean girl, having your life together, and I never have that. My car is always a mess. Is it dirty? No. But is it a mess? Yes. Do I have clothes that were meant to go to Goodwill like 6 months ago in my trunk? Yes. But we're changing that because I ordered a crap ton of stuff from Amazon. So the first things first, we had to start with cleaning the car. We can't have an aesthetically pleasing car and give off clean girl energy if we're dirty. I got these little wipes for the inside of my car, wiped her down, and after we had to go in with the slime. This was the best part. It was so fun. And it actually does help to get all the dust out of the crevices. And then we need the car to smell good. You can't have a stinky car. I got these cutie little flower things for your vents. And you just put the little scent bead in there. And then I got this little ceramic air freshener. I was a little worried that it was gonna break with the phone thing up, so I just took it down. And I just felt like it was the most aesthetically pleasing air freshener I've ever seen. It's not giving little trees or whatever they're called. And then we set up the most essential part, the box of goodies. Obviously we had to get the Touchland hand sanitizer. It's a must. And then I'm gonna be vulnerable here. Sometimes I leave the house and I forget if I put deodorant on or not. Instead of wondering if I did or not, I always just have a little mini one with me just to be safe. And then I tried to put it in my center console and turns out it doesn't fit. We had to improvise and put it in my side little pocket. What is that called? Oh my god, I'm like blanking. What is it called? Whatever, the thing where you where you put your insurance and stuff.
The glove box.
What's that called? Whatever. I have a habit of having like receipts and straw wrappers in my car, so I got a trash can. Yeah, that is it for all my car accessories. Pimped out my Ford. If you want to get any of these items, I have them linked in my bio under car accessories. Bye, y'all.
Not all of these things are bad things, okay? Like a garbage can I think would be very helpful because my husband's car is a mess. It has tons of garbage everywhere constantly. So I think that would be good. I also think having the cleaning wipes, the cleaning slime, things that would keep your car clean are good things to have as well. Another thing I also think is really great is having one of those little mini deodorants, because the amount of times that people leave their house without deodorant on, myself included, are too many to count. And it's always nice to know that if you forget, you have a backup, you have something in case. So I do have one of those in my car, but I don't have like all these other little gadgets, all these other little things in my car. First of all, there's not a lot of room for that stuff. Second of all, do you really need it? Probably not. One of the things that kept coming out of her mouth in this video was, it's just so aesthetically pleasing. I want an aesthetic car like Emily Kaiser. Like, why is aesthetics at the forefront of everyone's mind all the time? It's exhausting. Think about something else. There are so much more important things to think about than what something looks like. My papa, back in the day, he gave me my first car. He's like, it doesn't matter what it looks like, it gets you from A to B. And he took very good care of his cars. Mine was a 1999 Honda CR-V, and it was a great car. And I did have those cup holder inserts, and even those did not work well. I ended up taking them out because they just didn't make my drinks fit in the holders like they were supposed to. So again, some of these accessories hinder your car's ability to function. So why do small spaces get romanticized online? Why do people want to decorate their cars and aestheticize them and everything like that? There's a psychological reason why these videos do well online, and it's because people love small, cozy spaces. It's the same reasons why tiny homes went viral. It's the same reason people love watching cozy reading nooks, desk setups, and little coffee corners. There's something comforting about seeing a small space that's perfectly organized and visually pleasing, and cars actually fit into that category surprisingly well. They're compact, they're contained, they're easy to organize, which means when someone decorates their car in a visually satisfying way, it scratches that same part of the brain that likes watching pantry organization videos. It's relaxing to watch, but the downside is that once cozy aesthetics start becoming popular online, companies start creating products specifically designed to feed that aesthetic. And before long, the trend just becomes another opportunity for consumer spending, overconsumption, and a bunch of landfill pile up. At the end of the day, as long as it's legal, you can do whatever the heck you want to your car. My mindset is if it hinders the safety of the car like some of these videos did, if it's unnecessary junk you don't need and you're just trying to sell it to people online to make a quick buck from your Amazon storefront, that's not ethical. If you're saying people need to have this product, you don't need to tell people they need to have something when it's 100% not a need, not a must-have. And if you're thinking more about the aesthetics of your car rather than the functionality of your car or the safety, then you need to do some reflecting. You need to reconsider your priorities, because unfortunately, aesthetics have become the forefront of people's priorities in life. That's it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you guys think of the car aesthetic trend, and even just customizing your car at all. Like, what do you think is necessary? What do you think is unnecessary? In my opinion, I think all of it's unnecessary no matter who you are, but that's my opinion. Okay, let me know yours. If we disagree, if we have a little discourse, keep it respectful in the comments. Thank you very much. God bless you all, and until next time.
Welcome to Plot Twist Please, where we sip, flip, and spill the tea on books and booze.
I'm Beth.
I'm Susannah.
And I'm Cass, your trio of book besties, bringing the drama, the hot takes, and a drink in hand every episode.
Whether it's fantasy, romance, or total chaos, if there's a wild plot twist, we're talking about it.
We'll laugh, we'll rant, and we'll probably spiral into a tangent about morally gray characters.
Grab your favorite drink, enchanted or otherwise, and come hang out with us every week.
Because let's be honest, sometimes the best part of a book is spilling the tea about it. Plot Twist Please, streaming now wherever you can get your podcasts.